it's Jessie V. So I feel like this video is requested all of the time because for one, you guys love story times, and two, you guys like creepy paranormal stuff. And as you know, there have been creepy stuff happening here for a long time in this house. A long time. For years. It's just endless. I don't know why I'm looking around like this. I look like a dinosaur or something. But you guys do really enjoy when I do sort of a paranormal update, talking to you guys about what has been happening over the past couple weeks in my house because, there's always something. I feel like I have a bunch of short stories to tell you. I don't really have anything super long that happened, but there are, I think, 4 or 5 things that were strange that have happened. So the other day, my sister decided to make some dinner for the family, and she was down in the kitchen with my mom. My dad was, I think, out somewhere. Out around the town, out at the grocery store, and I was upstairs in my room working on videos. Feel like I'm always upstairs in my room. And all of a sudden I hear my sister call my name, and I was like, that's weird, because she sounded really scared when she called my name. So I walked downstairs and she asked me, she was like,
were you just in the kitchen? Like, were you just in the kitchen?
And I was like, no, I was upstairs the whole time. And she was like,
no way. Like, you were just in the kitchen, you must have been.
And I was like, nope. I never left my room until now. And apparently what happened was she was making pierogies on the stove. My mom was standing beside her, and all of a sudden, at the side of her eye, she saw this dark figure literally run across the kitchen and down the hallway. So I guess she thought that somehow I was standing in the kitchen and like ran upstairs or something. So that really startled her, and that's why she called my name to make sure it was me that ran across the kitchen. And it wasn't. And like Mandy has told me many times that she sees shadow people and like stuff like that, so I wasn't too surprised about it. I just think the whole like running motion was weird, you know what I mean? Because when you see a shadow figure, it's like, okay, I mean, it's there, it's standing there, and it goes away. But if it actually starts running, you're like, hell no. Hell no. That's a whole different ball game, you know? So the next weird thing that happened I actually tweeted about, because whenever something super crazy happens to me in the moment, I like to just tweet about it right away. So if you're not following me on Twitter, definitely go there because you'll basically find out about the stories before they happen, or I mean, before I tell them. Before they happen. Now I know the future, apparently. So for the past, I don't know, month and a half, I've been writing in a journal every single night, and it's just something relaxing I do before bed. I like to just talk about my day and everything that happened. It's just stress relieving. It's like anything that's on your mind, you can put on paper and it's just done. It's away. Your thoughts are put in a book and you don't have to think about them anymore. But anyways, that's what I do every single night, and I finished writing in my journal and I put it back up on this shelf that I have in my room, and I went to brush my teeth. Now I was out of my room for maybe like a minute, like just 2 seconds. Like I was gone so quickly, and I came back into my room, and sitting on my bed open was my journal with the pen sitting right beside it. So of course in my head I'm like, there's no way. Like there's no way. I distinctly remember putting it away. So I remember standing at like the end of my bed just staring at this journal open, and I'm like, what the heck? And obviously the first thing that comes to my mind is that, you know, it was something paranormal that happened. But when I spoke to my mom about this the next day, I told her what happened, and she was like, you know what, there's a total rational explanation for this. Sometimes in your mind you think you did something when you actually didn't. So she said that maybe in my head I thought about putting my journal away before I went to brush my teeth, and I did the actions in my mind but then left without actually doing them. So I mean, that's definitely a possibility. I feel like a lot of the time I need to think of logical explanations to these occurrences, because you can't blame everything on paranormal activity, even though a lot has happened here. So was it me? Was it the ghost? I honestly have no idea, but it was weird, so I thought I would just include it. Another thing that happened last week was my dad went away on a business trip, and whenever he goes on his trips, he's away for like, I don't know, like 4 days or so. And my mom hates when he goes away because it means she has to kind of sleep in her room alone, and she has a really big master bedroom, and she just doesn't like sleeping in her bed alone. I know a lot of people are like that as well, especially because she's been with him for like 25 years. Like when he's not there with her at night, it makes her feel a little bit unsettled, you know? So I usually go to bed around 3 or 4 in the morning, as you guys know, and right, I think it was like 3:30 or something in the morning, I get a text from her. She goes, are you still awake? And I was like, yes, I'm still awake. I'm about to go to bed. And I thought this was weird because she never texts me at that hour of the morning. I'm usually the only one that's ever awake. So I asked her if she was okay and why she was awake at this hour, and she just said that she couldn't sleep for some reason. She was woken up and had this very strange feeling and couldn't go back to bed. So I decided to spend the night in her room with her, but I just thought it was really strange for that to happen because it never really does. And like, no offense, Mom, but like her room is really scary. That's where the attic is, in her like dark creepy closet, and like that attic, whew, You guys know the stories about all the creepy stuff that happens in the attic, so I try and stay out of her bedroom, but you know, I decided to comfort her that night because I'm a good daughter. And then the last weird thing that's been happening is my dogs, whenever they want to go to the washroom, they basically ring this little bell that hangs from the doorknob at the back door by the backyard. And like whenever we hear this bell ring, we know that either Dozer or Winnie needs to go outside to pee or poo, or you know, just run around like dogs do. So I was the only one home and I was doing my makeup upstairs, and all of a sudden I hear this like distant bell ringing. So I'm like, okay. So I walk downstairs and I go to the back door, and neither of our dogs are there. I just see the bell kind of swinging back and forth slowly, and I'm like, okay, so maybe like Winnie ran and rang the bell and then ran away and now she's hiding. So I go and look for Winnie, and she's upstairs in my bedroom where I had just left from. And Dozer was sleeping in the living room, and he's very like, he's a slow dog. He would never like play tricks or like run around and ring bells. Like that's just not his personality. So I went back upstairs to finish my makeup, and again I heard a bell ringing, and so I walked downstairs faster this time, and there was still no one by the door. The bell was just ringing slowly, and I'm like, okay, ghosts, why do you do this to me today? And ever since that happened, like it'll just be occurring every so often, like the bell will ring and no one will be there. It'll just be ringing on its own, so I don't know. But yeah, that's what's been going on lately. Nothing too crazy. I don't have tons of stories, but a few weird things that have happened. Let me know if you guys want me to continue making these paranormal updates. I don't know if you guys are getting bored of them or if you're still interested or not, but if you are, I definitely will continue. But I do know you guys love your story times, so thumbs up for more story times, and yeah, I will make them for you guys. Have an awesome rest of your day, and until next time, bye!